Welcome to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Germany, starting in 1935. This is September 1937. We are several months into a war with the Soviet Union, and they are behaving in a slightly odd kind of way. We have lost our sole capital ship to repairs. It'll be back in 4 months' time or something like that. They have currently 5 capital ships, and they are not leveraging them. We have removed all of their cruiser force. Nonetheless, their battleships and destroyers should be running riot through the central Baltic, and they're simply not, which, it's a bit baffling, really. Let's zoom in and take a look at where we're up to just at the moment. So our finances are doing pretty well. I mean, yeah, minus 4,500, but we've got 53,000 going on. We're going to have a few more corvettes, minesweepers, join us to just get on top of the whole mine problem. Gneisenau will be along in a couple of months' time with its refit. It costs 1,800, so that will help the finances a fair bit. On the subject of Gneisenau, and indeed Graf Spee, I want to clarify what I've learned around repair versus refit and also repairing. So the Graf Spee didn't have a refit worth doing, so it's just under repair, and it will be back in another 4 months or something. And a ship that's being repaired stays in the ships in service tab, meaning that when it comes out of repair, it'll still have its crew quality, it will still have the same commanding officer, it'll still have the division assignment that it had beforehand, and there's no need for working up. It comes out of repair and boom, it's fully operational and ready for combat at the same levels of efficiency it had before it went into repair. If we have a look at refit and repair, you can sneak in a refit whilst you're repairing. So in Gneisenau's case, it has faced a repair of 4 months, but we could also do a 3-month refit and do the kind of classic things you do: improve gun quality, improve the fire control, maybe up the level of anti-aircraft defense, all that kind of stuff in 3 months. And instead of it taking 3 months and 4 months, 7 in all, you do them at the same time. You do them concurrently, which is a huge saving of time and a huge amount of time in which the ship is not available. I assumed, because it had gone into ships under construction, that it lost its crew. When actual warships go into dockyard hands, they're usually decommissioned and the crew go off. And then when it commissions, a completely new crew comes along. And I assume that is what happens, but it's not true. You don't lose your crew or your commanding officer or your division, and equally there's no need for working up. So there's absolutely no reason not to refit a ship that has gone into repair if there's something worth doing. It's a gift. It's an absolute gift. The rest of the ships are all nearly a year away or more, sadly. So we've got to, smile and keep on battling on. My suspicion, the Soviets already put out peace feelers before. The war may end relatively quickly, and probably with us winning, but only getting a few points. I don't think we can crush them, and I don't think they have any strategy for winning. So let's see what the next month brings on, and let's see how many of these they declined. So an enemy coastal raid, action with light forces, and that's it for September in terms of actions. Okay, we've done the whole motor torpedo boat thing and the new corvettes. More money is wonderful. Thank you for more money. Wow, well, I'm sure we'll all be fascinated to see a Chinese seaplane tender, and here it is, a thoroughly unremarkable thing. Thanks for that, guys. Okay, damage control. Damage control is our doctrinal speciality, so that's always good. And some fleet tactics, which is nice too. Our bomber's a bit old, but we seem to have reached a little bit of a plateau in aircraft technology just at the moment, so I'm going to say no. Oh, we sunk a submarine. That's always nice as well. So let's just close that and check. French building a new carrier. Otherwise, not much of interest in there. Okay. So let's just go down here. We've got these guys in Northern Europe. I'm just going to send them to the Baltic to carry on working up. Trade protection, it looks fine. VPs is okay. We are, let me just sort by displacement properly. We are missing really some decent destroyers. They're still a way off. But aside from that, that's okay. Let's carry on. Raid on enemy shipping. Nope. Coastal raid. Nope. And again, 2 months with nothing for the Russians to do to challenge us. Okay, so that's the nice now. And gives a belligerent speech. Well, thank you, O leader. Where do they rise? 5% increase in submarine reliability. I thought they were pretty reliable at the moment. Okay. Suggest a plan to seize Greece. Again with the Greece. Let me explain this to you. I know some of you would love to blitzkrieg Greece, and in fairness, I'm certainly not in principle opposed to it. All right then, let's just do it. Bremen has hit a mine and is damaged and will be in there for 4 months, so look at the refit for that. Okay, well, maybe you were right, maybe you're wrong. Tension's gone up with Britain and France a little bit. So we just need to be aware of that. The French laid down a new seaplane carrier. Seaplane carriers seem to be all very popular at the moment. Few bits, but yeah. Actually, tensions went up with everybody with the leader's speech, and then Greece. Okay. So let's do a little bit of organising. First of all, I think we need a new fighter. Speed and range would seem to be the things we particularly need from a fighter. I forgot that I designed the Roland as a little trawler with short range to test whether it can move between Northern Europe and the Baltic. And yes, it can. So coastal submarines could also, indeed any short range ships or coastal submarines can move between Northern Europe and the Baltic. So at least that sorted that discussion out. So one consequence of having Greece is tonnage on foreign stations. We need to go and put ships on a foreign station. Well, I'm going to put one of these and move that to the Mediterranean and put it on foreign stations, and that gets rid of that requirement. I'd also quite like to build the dock sides. It's also used for the total shipyard capacity. As you can see, our total shipyard capacity is 372. We are building 167. So we've got, a couple of 100,000 tons remaining, but obviously it'll help us build a bigger ship. But before we do that, I'm going to have to go and check out Greece and put some coastal fortifications down. So it's a base capacity of 60, which is, it's not nothing. Obviously, it's got no oil. It has some airfields already, which is actually pretty useful, but we need some fortifications. I'm going to build primarily 4-inch, and I'm going to put 6 down. That will cost us 6,000. Yes, that's quite a lot. It's going to take 6 months, so it's not an impossible amount of time. Yeah, okay. 4 over 6 months. I'd love it to be more. I'd love them to be bigger guns, but just for now, that will at least provide some sort of defense for Greece. So let's okey-doke that and close that. Later on, we'll consider 6-inch or an 8-inch or something like that, just to help things along a little bit. Just see what the balance is here. So the Soviet Union are back up to 6 battleships, 93 points of blockade compared to our 74. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm pretty happy with the research at the moment. We have good research in most areas that we're particularly interested in, keeping going at 10%. If I go to the almanac, you will see that Germany, oops, you can do it here actually, is very advanced still. The Soviet Union's gone back to backward. Obviously, being at war with us has prevented them from spying. Very advanced for America. Most other people are backward. Italy and France are behind. So being at 10% research hasn't affected negatively our research position at the moment, which is great. And let's go and see if any battles here. Enemy coastal raid. Nope. Action with light forces. Nope. Okay, so that's 3 months with no actual battles. More AA is always good. I'm going to say no to the air bases. Okay, an improved model of this, rather unimpressive. So air versus slightly faster. Air versus, yeah, I mean, slightly heavier bomb load. I mean, yeah, it's a little incremental improvement. Nothing to get too excited about. We've torpedoed and damaged a Soviet battleship. Oh, well done. Okay, and then that's pretty much that. All very straightforward. Let's just have a look for the year. So we've only signed these trawler minesweepers. No new planes. Well, should get a fighter going. 4 destroyers and 25 corvettes for the build. 1 cruiser refitted. We've had 1 light cruiser and 2 destroyers sunk, which, you know, is a pretty good effort. In 3 battles, the USSR has just been amazingly unresponsive, considering its preponderance of capital ships. It's lost all of its cruisers, but I think the crucial thing is that it's not supported its invasion of the Baltic States. In terms of money, just a little bit less than half from where we started the year to where our war funding has taken us. Our funds are actually slightly up, even though we spent quite a lot of this year in negative funding. Construction is also slightly up at 5,000, although it's been higher. And we've had 11 new techs this year. That's a huge amount. In terms of tensions, we have no allies, nor do we particularly want one. Our unrest is 0, so that's fine. We're at war, obviously, with the Soviet Union, medium tensions with Japan, the USA, the UK, France, and China. I mean, they're all around about 6. So not thrilled with that. If we can get a decent peace, then that will come right down. We have low tensions with Italy and Spain. The scary one is Italy. Not for us, but if you look at Italy, they are 10 against Great Britain, and they are 12 against the Soviet Union. They could join the war really easily in an unwelcome way. And because they're 10 against Britain, they could then drag Britain into that war. And, you know, wow. that would be a bit of a thing. Okay, let's go back. And let's just see what the new year. Welcome to 1938. Enemy raid. Nope. Action with light forces. Action with light forces is go. So, do we want these minefields? Yeah, why not? We're going to attack enemy ships because they're in our space. Not that I've seen any actual attacks on enemy ships, that is. That's okay. Let's bring the battle screen up. It looks like nighttime, and it looks like we have 1. So we have to sink 2 ships, and we have exactly 5 destroyers and 1,100 ton destroyers, 1918 First World War destroyers. Brave lads. Good news, they're heading towards Raval, which is our base. So if things go awfully wrong, we've got a few U-boats and we've got some minefields. And here we have our likely target. The time is night. We've got the whole night, 14 hours of nighttime. This is winter in northern latitudes. So that all should be fine. Let's set the speed to fast. Don't think there's really anything else to worry about. Night sighting range at the moment is 4,000 yards. So yeah, should be, I mean, what could go wrong? And off we go. Add them into here. Let's properly zoom in. There's the little ants. Come along. And there they are. Whoa. We'll stop, please. There we go. Shouldn't really be necessary to say, but let's torpedo the buggers. They've got 4 4-inch guns and 4 sets of torpedoes. Let me just bring it up on the center line. 10 mines, which is a different thing altogether. So push the speed up to 29, which is 2 knots off their maximum speed. Do I go past them and go broadside to broadside and launch a set of torpedoes? Or do I get them to comb and see what that brings up and then return into a parallel course? Or if they've gone too far to the west, turn that way? I think that's quite an attractive offer, so I'm going to do that. So I'm telling them to turn in succession, and I'm going down. Oh, well, there you go. So I'm minded to bring them back or carry on the turn and go that way and join them on a parallel course. Tricky. I mean, I could just stick to the original plan and pile through them, but my hunch is that they are going to bend around in this kind of distance. That's a travel color. In this kind of distance. Okay. So let's return to the front and see where that goes. And if it all goes wrong, I can go north. All seem fine. Obviously, these are destroyers. The range, by the way, is all of 800 yards, give or take. So not enough time to really get any torpedo fix. I'm going to take the turn together marker off and get the Condor to come around and come around further and further still. This CA is taking some hits. Oops, there went some torpedoes to nowhere in particular. So let's just see if we can overwhelm this rearmost destroyer. And keep turning. Oh, it's made them bunch up in a very nice way. Don't know where that torpedo thinks it's going. Okay, that's nice crossing of the teeth, self-crossing. Look at the jumble there. Again, I think we're going to twist round behind them. I mean, we'll be lucky, you know, obviously hitting destroyers with torpedoes is a bit of a chancy game. And a few more. And they've all gone. Right. So let's just see if anybody... So this one actually does have heavy damage. So that's going to encourage me to just carry on. Obviously the number of torpedoes that we have is probably quite small now. Yes. It's quite small. Oh well, boom. Or everyone loves a turret flash fire. And one of ours has taken some nasty damage. Let's just go have a look. Oof, look at all that. probably not long for this world. Destroyed turrets, engine room hits, splinters in the main turret. Okay. So its speed's gone down to nothing whatsoever. Let's bring these round. Light damage, heavy damage on this final one. Okay, that seems like a worthy target, so I'm going to bring the flotilla all the way around. We're going to concentrate on this one, and then that would deliver us the required 2 ships. And we'd be happy with that. The Albatross has recovered. Let's just see if it can go anywhere. Raval actually is the nearest, so let's send it in that direction. There we go. Come on. Let's do for this one. Oops. There's another ship. I'm going to take them away from all of that. We don't want to be crossing their T. Oops. Another heavy damage. Let's take the speed down and carry on. I suspect this is going to be sunk. Oops. There's another one of ours. Suffering a bit. Let's bring the speed of that all the way down as well. Farewell, Albatross. Go to the status and let's disengage. And see if... Oh, there you go. Need them to go home. Go home, everyone. I mean, it's probably a draw. Heaven knows where this idiot ship thinks it's going. But nothing we can do about that. Yep, so we lost 2 as well. Look, look. That's it. We'll just wander around randomly. That seems to have encouraged it to go home too. So yeah, a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory, or no victory at all, really. 2 sunk for 2 sunk. Very difficult in these light forces engagements to get any superiority. The forces are almost entirely evenly matched, and yeah, there's just not much else that you can do. And there we go. Let's just zoom into that. So yeah, we lost 2, and heavy damage on 3. Oh dear. Somehow that's still a victory. Oh, it's because we reached our objective, really. Ship details. Sunk with, so no torpedo hits anywhere. They scored 34 medium hits. We scored, so they were 5-inch guns. We were 4-inch guns. So actually, they were superior to us. So we did pretty well there. Heavy damage on the Wolf by 2. Seems a bit harsh. Anyhow, a small battle. As far as I'm concerned, honour was even, but we gained a prestige, so hooray. Odensholm, very Viking name. And that will take us into 1938. Soviet has sunk our submarine U-13. Boo. But we got 1 back. Fair enough. I wonder what the balance of submarines is. I believe it's in our favour. Let's check. There's the Russians commissioning a lot of destroyers, and these are these 2,200-ton destroyers, so they're not inconsequential. Tensions reduced, and then tensions are increased with France, and tensions with America have increased as well. This is not helpful. 6s with Britain and France, 7s with Japan and the USA. Okay. Coastal raid, support of the land battle, declined. Coastal convoy, declined. Action with light forces, declined. Battleship engagement, declined. Soviet General Secretaries are now held a speech announcing total war. This will be a long war and fought to the end. Oh dear. Right, well, I mean, if that's how they want to play it, there's nothing much we can do around that. I just want to have a look at all relationships. Oh, total war. Are you interested in peace at all? So, with us gaining disputed border areas and some of their colonies, so I think this is fine, actually. If I look at all relationships, it's this Soviet Union and Italy and Britain and Italy that I'm worried about. A long war with Italy being dragged in, with Britain being dragged in as well. Not to mention that at 7, America isn't thrilled with us. So, yeah. We've gained Greece, and we have protected the Baltic States. So let's see if... No. So that's no to all peace negotiations. Light deck catapults. Nice. So that's a refit for the Graf Zeppelin when that enters service. New private venture. Okay, well, the speed is a lot more. Range is a lot more. Heavy range. Oh, and torpedoes are now at medium. So that gives us 300 miles. So from 175 to 332. That's a huge boost. You know, I was talking about aircraft seem to have plateaued. Well, now they seem to have jumped ahead. That's a really big improvement. So that's a definite yes, please. Thank you very much. And we've sunk a corvette. We've sunk a submarine. One of our corvette as well. Okay. Yeah, total war. Nothing else in particular around this. The Königsberg is in the Mediterranean, fulfilling the defense of Greece thing. So that's great. Don't have to worry anymore about that for the moment. Let's go to the map and look at the balance. They have 4 battleships. So a couple of theirs are out of operation for some reason. They've built 2 armed merchant cruisers, so I wonder how that's going to come out. And they've built an AV, apparently, a seaplane carrier, as well as 20 destroyers. So, yeah. Interesting. So they have a strength of 75. We have a strength of 84. So that actually might put them into blockade. Sorry, there's been no blood and guts battles beyond a rather naff one. Monthly balance is down, so that's really good. So I probably should think about some new construction. I've got these coastal fortifications 3 months' time in Greece, but aside from that, not too bad. Bit concerning, it's going to be total war. Might have to have a little think about that, but for now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.